guys, and welcome to Cooking with Krissy. Right now, as a part of the Manly Men meal, I'm going to teach you how to make double stuffed potatoes. Now these are super easy, really delicious, and like the chicken, it just takes a lot of time in the oven and not much work. So we're going to put our oven onto 425 degrees, which is coincidentally the same temperature we have it on for the chicken. And I'm going to take as many potatoes as there are people. Right now I'm going to do 2. And stab them with a fork straight through just to get a little air out of them while they bake. And all we're going to do is put them in the oven for about somewhere between 40 and 60 minutes. I'll let you know better when we get there depending on the size of your potatoes, and just let them cook all the way through. Your shell's going to be a little bit crunchy by the time you pull them out. We'll check back then. It's really that simple to start. Hey guys, our potatoes ended up baking for around an hour. I took them out of the oven and now I'm just letting them cool down slightly before cutting into them. So once they're cool enough to handle, be very careful about that. You do not want to burn yourself. It's not worth it. You're going to take a knife and cut them directly in half. Be careful of all that steam pouring out. Let's do it on the second one too. There we go. Now when these guys are in half, you are going to take a trusty spoon and you are going to scoop out very carefully, because you don't want to damage the shells, all of the inner potato into a bowl. Okay? I'll show you one far away and then I will show you one close up. Now it's okay if you have a little lining of potato still in the bowl, as long as you keep that skin intact. That is what your empty shell is going to look like. All right, let's scoop these out really quickly. And be careful of your fingers, because this potato is definitely a little toasty. You can see all the steam rising up, I'm sure. You'll know these are cooked enough because if they're not, the inner potato is going to be really hard and it'll be unpleasant and difficult to work with. Into our steaming bowl of potatoes, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of butter cut up into little chunks, a half cup of milk. Don't add it all at once though, because you might not need the whole thing. We are going to add a dash of salt. Pour it into your hand first so you don't get too much. And a couple of grinds of pepper. Now once we have this all together, we're going to mash up the potatoes almost like we're making mashed potatoes. We are also going to put in a half cup of cheese. I use cheddar cheese, but you can use whatever you would like. And as you can see, we actually don't need the rest of this milk. So make sure you just add a little bit at a time. Now this is going to be our filling, which we are going to put into the skins of the potatoes we just scooped out. So take a good dollop and stuff that right in. Now you can see that all the potatoes are filled back up, and I'm just going to add some cheese on top of all of them. Okay, so our potatoes are completely filled and coated. Ta-da! Now we are going to take our potatoes that have been stuffed and coated, and we're going to put them back in the oven, which we have now lowered to 375 degrees, opposed to the 425 of before. So let's put these guys in, and we are going to leave them in until you can tell the cheese on top has gotten a little bit brown and it's nice and bubbly. And that's generally between 20 and 30 minutes, so we'll check back then. I just took out our potatoes after 20 more minutes in the oven, and they are bubbly, golden, and ready for action. So just pop that on the plate with all your other guys, and you are ready for a manly meal that you will never forget.